Hello, I'm Morris Dimba, and today I will show you the development and cutting details for the 203 by 133 universal beam castellated beam size. Let's get started, and we'll access all our tools on applications and component section here. Remember, if you mouse over this, and you'll be able to get all the details that you want, all the macros that you want, and only if they are installed in your system or in your technical structures. Now the tool I want to use is Castellated here, and this is the tool I want to use. I select on that, then define the points where I want to locate my beam. So remember, if I double click on it, I'll be able to get my design parameters here. This is where I feed my parameters to match exactly the cutting details of this particular size of the beam. In this case, it's 203 by 133 universal beam. So we want to cut this beam and create a castellated beam, a beam that will be slightly bigger and light in weight and wider in height. Now the height of this will change to 306. We'll change to 306. We'll feed 306 here, and remember we said this will be 203 by 133, so the flange width will change to 133, and the cutting out of the castellated beam with this one from this point to this point, this will change. This will be 59, so we'll feed 59 here, we'll feed 59 here, and this one here from this point to this point, this one will be 51. This will be 51 or 50, can work for you. And this one, remember, this one will change to 203 right there. So the thickness of the web will pick the thickness of the standard 203 by 133 beam size. So there's no need of feeding that there. It will come by default. If you cut the the beam and join with the other, the thickness will match the other. So I'll go ahead and click modify, and that will be shown here. So if there is no connection, it will not reflect on this end. To confirm whether this is connected, just double click and you'll see anything not reverting back to the previous settings. So means everything is correct. And let me just redraw and double click on it once again. Let me just double click here, and we want to confirm this by taking the measurements of the parts that we just trimmed off. So I'll come to edit and come to measure here, and I want to measure this point here and this point. That will read 51, which is exactly this position to this position, which is 51 millimeter. So again, I'll come to measure, and I want to confirm this height from this end to this end, from this end to that end. That is 203. Remember, we are cutting a beam. We are cutting this beam. This beam, we are cutting it to match whatever we want. We'll take this beam, we'll take one beam and cut all this to get a much bigger beam with the same flange width but a different height. We can see here this in this particular case is 306. So we can confirm that by coming to measure here and pick it from that spot, and to confirm with that is 306, exactly that. So I'll close this so that we get enough space to maneuver around. Now I'll come to edit, I'll come to points here, and at any position then I'll snap on that spot and snap at the bottom end here, and pick this point here, right click and come to copy and snap on that spot, zoom out and go all the way to this point, and I'll place it right there. So what I'm going to do, I'll just trim that part out by selecting this member and zoom, and I would like to start it from this far end, so I'll snap on that spot and move to the middle point of that, which is okay. Then I'll stretch all the way to this far end and terminate it right at the center here. I'll snap on that spot and move down to this location here and move to my initial point to close down the polygon, and the moment it closed, the part that we're trying to trim out will be trimmed out like that you've seen. So I'll right click and redraw, and this is what we have. So I'll select on this, right click and come to special copy and come to linear and copy it up by a meter. You can see that in the direction of Z axis. Then right click and redraw that. Click on empty screen and click again and redraw. So I'll reorient my XYZ axis by coming to work plane tool. Then I'll place my work plane tool right there. Then select everything, come to special move and click rotate, and I want to rotate this along this line that I'll define between these 2 points. Then I'll click move, and then I'll click OK. Then and come to move once again, and I want to join this to this. That's how it looks. I'll right click and redraw, and I'll copy this in the direction of the axis. I'll click copy and click OK. I'll come to navigate and redraw that. Navigate and rotate that with mouse and right click and redraw, and this is exactly what we will have. So let me just turn this around like that, and this is exactly what we will have in this particular case. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and let's meet on the next presentation. And if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and feel free to use these settings to create your castellated beam sections. If you have any comment, please feel free and place that comment down there, and I'll be able to respond back to you. Bye bye, and let's meet then. I'm Maurice Dimba.